Good morning, Suresh Singh, civil engineer. Next series is safety, HSE, ergonomics. Maybe you are aware of ergonomics or you are not aware, I'm not sure. Ergonomics is very suitable and required science, required methods containing many procedures and parameters which require in every activity in life to be performed a way that it doesn't affect your health adversely. Ergonomics is related to human being. It's a factor that counts in how to work, whether in office or out of office or in some field. And this relates to HSE, that is written as health, safety, and environment. Not a joke, not a fun, very serious topic, very serious issues cannot be taken luxuriously or you can say leisurely. It's of course very responsible issue that can avoid loss of life as well as it can avoid accidents if adequately considered and precautions taken together with activities. But rarely it is seen that people are so serious about this and they think it as unproductive work activity which involves cost, manpower, and time and reduces output on products. But it is not true. Safety, health, and environment, safety, health, and environment are combined together because safety is not alone, it links to health, and health is not alone because it links to environment, and all three combine in a way that we can access to world of, can say, ergonomics. And what is ergonomics? In fact, erg is a unit of energy, we know. So you can say whatever energy you are spending on whatever work should be properly utilized in a productive way and should not be allowed to be distracted or destroyed. Energy cannot be trusted for scientific principles, but it can be abused. My energy, if not properly utilized and cleared by me to spend on some activity, I can waste part of the energy. Maybe 50% I waste or 30% I waste. It depends upon my degree of carelessness. When I don't take proper care, it should be taken on my body, on my mind, and on activity. I shall waste my energy, and that is very significant issue. In whatever activity in life you are in office, you are in field, you are in road, you are wherever working on direct or indirect activity. Every activity involves safety. Let us take simple example. You are rising on a staircase. You take one step. Step may be 6 inches of it 150 millimeter. You take another step which may be 150 millimeter, and meanwhile there is a step which is say 160 millimeter, which you don't know. You are not aware of that. So some steps or risers, we can say risers, a vertical distance is riser and horizontal distance is step. What I'm saying is, say riser is 150 in 3 steps and there will be 160 and then there will be 170 and then there will be 140. Say it is like this. So what happens? When you take up, your mind automatically accepts this equal riser. But once it is either lesser or it is higher, you feel uncomfortable. So you tell what happened here. Your mind directly instructs you something wrong there. And if you don't know that, you either fall your take or you are shocked by taking irregular height, and that is called a kind of accident. Though it doesn't make you fall, but it may lead to fall also. If say it is on the highest one or lowest one is near landing on ground, it can cause accidents, and it happened in many locations where there was a difference of riser's height. So it's very small point, but it is a very considerable point. Similarly, it can be when you're walking on the road, for example, or on footpath, you find some stone chips are protruding from surface of pavement. You understand, protruding means there is a level surface. It should be level according to the specifications and according to the requirement. When you walk in, you don't find that properly paved. There is a level difference. Some stone chips say extending upwards from surface, that is called protrusion. And there are many protrusions we cannot see while walking on pavement. but it kick when you walk. Your toes kick it, and you feel something, and you jerk out. Though it is very small stone, you're walking also maybe at 2 3 kilometer, 5 kilometer speed, but it sticks that, and you feel a jerk, and sometimes you fall also. But that's an accident. But what's the reason of that? You cannot understand. Oh, there's a stone coming up from surface, a protrusion it is called, and I just fell because of that. And it commonly happens where care is not taken. It is duty of a person who pays in, a mason or the supervisor, has to check that it doesn't happen. Or maybe after use the wear and tear happens. There can be pit, of course, but there cannot be protrusion. But protrusions were left as it is during construction work. We have to be very careful, very careful with that. Because if you fall just because of the protrusion, it's not acceptable. Just say, for example, you're driving something, or you are driving a car, you're having seat belt, but other person does seat belt, and what happens? A small slope is there, down gradient is there. You call it just say 10 kilometers per 5 kilometers, and immediately stop. That happens. There's a shock. Of course, the shock observing car, but your body doesn't shock absorb except belt you use, but it impacts upon you. These are very small points. You're walking on a road, you're walking a footpath, you're crossing a pedestrian. Somebody, some person drives a car or even a motorcycle or a bike and passes through you without your knowing, and just gives a rash to you. That's called rash driving, and you feel impact of that. You just think, oh, what if I have passed like this? Auto driver has passed like that. Means he's just touching. There's a gap of 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters from your body, and that can cause you accident, or you cause you heart attack. This is common occurrence in life every day. Whatever activity you are doing, it causes that. Even in walking or even during the sleep, for example, you fell out of your bed, dropped say 40 centimeters down to the floor. That's also an accident because there was some error in your sleeping, or you don't care of that. It can cause accident everywhere. So we have to be very careful about safety issues. Safety is not simply in work. It is even when you are in no work. It causes damage to your life, damage to your thinking. It happens. So there is some electric wire, electric cable passing in your room. You just put temporarily or somewhere else it is. You don't care about that. There's a naked wire or some rat comes in and chips that wire, plastic portion out. And rat doesn't know that there are wires, naked wires now, and when these two touches each other, there can be short fire. But it happens. There's no one example, there can be hundreds of examples which can cause smaller or bigger or fatal accidents. This is all part of safety. And then you may say something else also. Who is responsible for this? First of all, I am responsible. Second, you are responsible. Third person is responsible. And fourth, all are responsible. When I took example of this road or pavement walking, I took example of pedestrian crossing. Means a car driver or a bus driver doesn't care for pedestrian, just rushes in and he kills that person. He should have taken care of, but because he was at high speed, he could not control that. This happens. Similarly, there are so many examples which can be given about this. There's a rain is raining, water is logging in, you are walking here and there, a car comes or truck comes and just doesn't care for water logging, it just speeds in and splashes only water particles, and also endangers his own vehicle. Because when water particles, this is a flood, you can say flood-like situation of water logging, all this water goes into tires, surfaces, which causes less friction between surface of tire and floor or roads paving, and it can lead to no control of brakes. It can lead to no control of speed, and that can lead to accident, unknown accident. This is also what we call fearlessness. It can be it can be in your kitchen also. You leave your gas open, forget it. You don't care for cylinder, gas cylinder, LNG, natural gas cylinder, LNG. You just roll it as enjoying, which is very dangerous. You cannot keep it vertical. You take it on your cycle carrier sometimes. You take in your car sometimes. These are all carelessness because cylinder is very risky, gas cylinder, because it is in liquid form, condensed form at a high temperature. And say you are taking on horizontal this cylinder, rolling it, and this liquid comes out to atmospheric pressure. What shall happen? Immediately internal pressure is very high, by atmospheric is very low. So high pressure goes to low pressure, or what impact you can see, you imagine yourself. It will act like a bomb, it will explosion, but we don't care. These are very simple issues that should be taken care of, but we are not taking care of. Let us take another care, which is very common in summer vacation, summer season, summer weather, let us say. And what is that? Since summer nowadays, because of greenhouse effects which are causing pollution in air, which we respire each and every moment of our life, since the birth of our time and since expiration of our body, we respire that. We continuously respire that. We cannot break it. What happens? Now this contains many chemicals, this gas, this comes nitrogen, this comes argon, from oxygen and many other, ethane, methane, and maybe protein, or maybe any kind of nitrogen or something, and it contains many radiations, as well radiations come from sun. Gases is one part. Water particles are also there because of moisture, because of relative humidity. Sometimes it's 50%, sometimes it's 20%, sometimes 85%, sometimes 90%, sometimes 95% humidity. You just imagine water particles in air. In air particles, there's a cohesive mix of water particle in air particle, and temperature is 45 degrees or 35 degrees. What shall happen to water particle? Of course, water boils at temperature of 100, but it may be 50 half boiling, it may be 25 boiling, but your skin cannot tolerate that boiling even if there's 25%. 25 degrees temperature equivalent to. So it sticks to your skin, this water particle, and it causes irritation because it is not pure water. It contains many chemicals, it contains many gases, it contains many impurities, which affects your skin. You start scratching. So that's also part of safety you have to take care of. And when I'm saying this, when you say weather means air, and air means it contains water, it contains your air particle, it contains vacuum particles, it contains chemical particles, it contains non-chemical particles, it contains many other particles, and it contains impurities, bacteria which flows from one person to another because of carbon dioxide exhaling from nose of everybody, and it can cause many more chemicals in connection to that. And we have to consider very carefully. Yes, some people use mask, it doesn't solve problem because it goes everywhere. It goes to your eyes also, it goes into your ear also, it goes into the mouth, everywhere it goes, these particles. So that is very dangerous situation because bacteria can also flow from one person to another person. So it is a cause of small epidemic in that case. What I am telling you is safety has no one dimension. Safety issues has got many dimensions. Let us say, for example, weather. Weather say it is. I'm not talking about winter weather, I'm talking about hot weather. Hot weather, so somewhere it is 42 degrees Celsius, somewhere it is 45 degrees Celsius. In Gulf country, 50 degrees Celsius, in Iraq, maybe 55 degrees Celsius, and in Delhi or somewhere it is 42 degrees Celsius or 40 degrees Celsius, and it may be having a humidity, say 50% to 80%, 90%. Means air is full of humidity, and when it's full of humidity, it's getting radiations also from sun. When the sun which is located 15 crore kilometers from Earth, its radiations are coming from there, and see radiations how it's coming. It's not coming so simply. This is part of light, and light is coming at a speed of 70 to 100 crore kilometers per hour. Do you know that? Sun is located 15 crore kilometers, and light takes about 8 seconds to come to Earth. If you just calculate your speed per hour, you will get a speed of this light from sun to Earth to travel 8 seconds, and then this means a speed of about 7,200 kilometers per hour. That speed light is coming in, and it's bringing with that speed ultraviolet rays, with this for which there is a layer constituted by God, provided the God, that's called ozonosphere, ozone layer, which protects expulsion of these rays, which penetrates through this. 100% cannot penetrate. Actually, there should be no penetration of ultraviolet rays because these are same rays like X-rays, but little lesser impacting. But it comes to you, it penetrates 5%, 10%, whatever percent, or maybe sometimes 23% when there is heavy chemical in air and air is polluted. It reduces resistance of this air and damages that air to certain extent, and we get penetration of the ultraviolet rays to earth, to air, to atmosphere, and which impacts upon us. There's a scale which says 0 to 10 index should be for ultraviolet rays, and that 0 to 10 is international scale. 0 is minimum effect while 10 is maximum effect. If we say from 0 to 10 go on increasing, as much as the index is increased, as much as the effect is increased from ultraviolet radiation, which is very, very damaging to our skin, to our eyes, to our head, to our body, to our everywhere. Because ultraviolet rays can cause cancer of the skin, can cause cataract of eyes, can cause damage to brain, all that, and we have to be careful about that. I have noticed this when the weather report is there. They say height of cloud is this, and they say percentage of cloud in sky at this time is this, and they say a speed of air is this, wind breeze is this, and also ultraviolet index is this. And ultraviolet index is very, very important to be considered from a safety point of view, because our people, workers, those workers working in field are directly exposed to ultraviolet rays and sun rays. This is very questionable, you can say, issue, because we are not considering very seriously impact of ultraviolet rays to our people. Our workers who are exposed to sun, who are exposed to wind, who are exposed to thunderstorm, who are exposed to rain, they always pose themselves to danger. And we say this year 2019, I have even seen during this daytime, before noon and afternoon, there was this ultraviolet, the UVI index, ultraviolet index reached up to 15. I will located in Faridabad. It's 15 here sometimes, even they may be for 2-3 hours. Means rising starts say about 9 or 10 in morning and goes up to 4 or 5 in evening. And 4 or 5 you may find very diminished level, that may be 1 or 2, or early morning as 10 or 9 will be 1 or 2, while at 6 or 5 will be nothing. It depends on rise of travel of sun and earth. And when it is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, it is very, very dangerous, cause skin cancer. We should avoid that. And that too is a part of safety. I am not sure how many people are taking care of this, or people are not very serious. Even engineers are not serious and doctors are not serious. If you tell them, they take it as if something innovative is coming to them, and somebody is telling something about alien, something about something which they don't want to listen. But that is the index. There are 2 points in weather. One is temperature index or heat index, it is called, and another point is ultraviolet index. I just explained to ultraviolet index, which is very, very dangerous, and we have to take precautions in this. What precautions you can take? That your body should be covered first of all. That is very important. If you take example of Arab, maybe those people knew it in past. They could not explain that. They used to cover their bodies, male or female both. Male used to wear this shave dress and cover with all this head and face cover. And wherever there is exposed, say front face is exposed, or what hands are exposed, something exposed, you have to further cover them by cream or something which is ultraviolet resistant cream, or some other that is called screen or filter on body at exposed portion. Similarly, women used to do burqa or cover, and that is another kind of technical or scientific explanation. But it doesn't matter, it doesn't relate to religion, it doesn't relate to sect, it relates to ultraviolet rays. And probably those people knew by practice, not by explanation of science. We are now understanding science, we are understanding technology, and this what I mean is, if you feel that there is UV index is so high, you have to take precautions. Better avoid moving out, or stay in some shade. And if you cannot avoid, don't use car. Try to reduce cars, because these rays don't stop. This cannot be stopped by a glass of car. This cannot be stopped by glass of your window. This cannot be stopped by glazing of your ventilator or something else. These can enter, if not 100%, few percentage will enter. And you cannot sit near windows. You have to cover your body with every clothes. Dark clothes is better, and you wash your clothes better, wash with that soap which is ultraviolet one. And there is a soap in washing machine which can constitute, which can you can say create a membrane on the clothes which you wash with. That one you can use. You can use cream on your exposed portion of your body, which is skin type clean, and which can stop penetration of this through skin. There's so many other issues. You use goggles if you are, and if you are using the specs, use big size specs, so that safety is taken. Safety is affected on your eyes. Rays don't enter your eyes. Bigger skin like this is say it is there. There is a bigger one also, and if you consider this bigger, at least it will avoid deflection. You deflect rays coming to it. If you just take a smaller one, it will allow penetration of or impact of these ultraviolet rays into the eyes. And this is very important factor we have to understand. Means you have to protect your eyes, you have to protect your head, you have to cover your head by cap or by something like that, and you have to wear good clothes which are ultraviolet colored clothes, not white clothes, because white is neutral. So we have to take precautionary measures. Don't drive car, avoid car for few hours in a day. Don't walk in hot sun when it is high ultraviolet rays. Try to drink more water. If you urgently go outside, don't stay outside in sun for more than 1 hour or half an hour. Half an hour is adequately safe, but more than that's not safe. And there's a description that if your skin color is dark, ultraviolet impact is lesser than when it's a fair color. Well, fair color has less resistance, while dark color has more resistance, and I think that is the reason that African people are better than ours in resistance to ultraviolet rays. Now this is about ultraviolet rays, which is actually very long topic, and I don't want to go through complete details of that, but precautionary measures are required, which we have talked about. Now, if you go to heat index, which is also very questionable, very questionable topic. What is heat index? We say there's a temperature of 32 degrees or 35 degrees in air, but we forget that the humidity also, and that temperature of air can heat up that pore, the water content in that, and the heat of that water content, temperature of water also increases. So, due to combined effect of water temperature and air temperature, it can further increase temperature, but it gives a feeling. Say for example, temperatures, if thermometer is 32 degrees or 35 degrees, you will find a difference of feeling temperature, maybe a difference of 5 degrees, 10 degrees even sometimes. So you can say 25% to 30% difference appears in air temperature and real feeling temperature, and your body sweats in, because air shall not allow your body to sweat in, only water contents in that air shall allow to sweat come out. And that is very important, though it's not bad sweat is coming out, because toxins are coming out from internal body, but it is coming out. It causes inconvenience to you. It causes, you see, bad feeling of weather with you. So it's good for health. Your sweat comes out, but sweat comes out means you are losing water as well. Dehydration occurs in your body, for which you have to compensate, replenish loss of water by taking cold water, or by taking hot water or normal water or some other drink that can help you. That is heat index, and that is ultraviolet index. This is very important to be share with you, and that's I try to share. I have talked to many people, and I find difficulty in explaining to them, because people don't want to receive such subject which don't interest them. So it's not question of interest, it's question of requirement, it's question of precaution, it's question of how to live better life, how to keep yourself safe, others safe. And it's very important for those professionals who are doing work in field, particularly are exposed to weather, even on road, on drivers, and or those who expose their bodies, and those workers who work in field in whatever profession. They may be in the engineering field or some other field, workers working on production outside shops. This is important for all those, our army forces which are based outside, in the open, and all others who are sitting outside, say vendors are sitting outside, sometimes the food near, but they are exposed sun, and many other people are doing so. Those who are sitting shade, not being cause for them, but this can lead to permanent error, permanent disease, and we have to take care of that very well. And if you take care of that, for example, I have hundreds of workers on my site, and they work some outside, some inside. Those working outside, it is duty of site man and site engineer to take care of them. If they don't take care of them at that time, they will not suffer from injury or disease, but in future they will suffer. Still, I feel suffering from that, because once I was located on a site which was an oil project, and for many years I stayed there. I stayed, say, about more than 1 year on LNG project in Doha, and I also worked on some project in Ruwais, Abu Dhabi, near Abu Dhabi. So 300 kilometers of Abu Dhabi. I stayed there for about 4 years, and I have to. There was gases out, exhales out from those chimneys, and for you can say, uh, this flanks, for fire flanks, and gases are released from there, and you have, these are gases available in atmosphere, and you respire them automatically, some due to flow of air, in which direction air flows. There's flare towers, these are called flare towers. So I got for years there, and many people were there, hundreds and thousands of people were there, and they used to do that. So that portion of gas goes into our body, it is absorbed by body, and it remains there. You cannot release that automatically. It causes future problems, maybe contain gas formations you get in your body, and I get that many times. And gas is a problem for you, even though I'm not taking any non-gas food, I'm not taking any fats, I'm not taking egg, I'm not taking something, even here I'm not taking, even I avoid oil. They just find production of gas in your body, and that is very big question. We have to understand that it's a part of safety which we did not understand why it is. So now I see boys and girls, the young people these days, they are having, girls are having half leg pants, or even sometimes they are wear underwears and skirts or whatever, and they expose their bodies they expose their legs, they expose their chest sometimes, and their necks. So they feel this passion or it's their independence, but they forget that independence should not come at cost of your body loss, at cost of your impact of natural affect, natural force, and that natural force is ultraviolet radiations, which can cause your body to deteriorate in long term, and that time you will not be able to control this. At this stage, you can control this. Forget fashion, forget you are walking in a road with your boyfriend and you should look like heroine or actress. No, that's not your requirement. Your requirement is that you have to keep your body safe, at least in that temperature of ultraviolet radiation transmission, as well as heat index increase. You have to take care of your body. If you don't take care of body, you shall suffer. Nobody else will suffer. It is who your body will respond, and your body is not that strong, because you people know, you stay in sun, you're sitting for in air conditioned room, and you're sitting in cars, and you're sitting everywhere there is air condition, which is also harmful effect on you. You people feel pleased that you are of high status because you are staying in air conditioned rooms, even in car, even in bathroom, even in your office or where, means you don't want to stay in sun for even 5 to 10 minutes, which causes you freezing, and but that is very dangerous in life, because your body should be strong enough to resist all type of weathers, and particularly in many countries all weathers are available, and we have to see that, because in our countries the sun is available, and you can say air is available and heat is available, and that is very important factor of life. They're all chemicals. The sun is chemical, vitamin D which you want to take, and there's a deficiency of vitamin D in those people who don't consume sun, who don't sun, and those people who don't use air, they are all affected by bad conditions or deteriorating conditions of human being or body, and which causes impacts in there, because sometimes they feel, oh, I am stressed, even working half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, I am stressed very well. It is because they are sitting in air conditioned room, they are not consuming enough water required for body, but body is losing heat. They cannot understand, they cannot feel that when you use air conditions for hours together, your body dehydrates, because extraction machine of that, extraction pump of that, or even extraction fan of that equipment, that's even it's centralized or it is direct one, it works on your body and pulls your nose, it pulls your mouth, it pulls your eyes, all are pulled, and there is no replenishment to come to compensate loss of air, water, and vapors from your body, and which says dehydration. In other language, you can say this is called dehydration. Definition: why you say when you fly, for say 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, and fly, not talking 20 hours. In that way, they serve you water, or they serve you liquid, or they serve you some food. What's the purpose of that? Do you think purpose of that because you're hungry or taking food? No, you're not hungry. Even then they provide you food, they provide liquid, because they know that there's extraction. When this AC is working in plane, there's extraction also outside. Outside temperature is very low, it may be minus 60, minus 70 degrees in outside weather at height of 9 kilometers or 10 kilometers above sea level. You will find when temperature is so reduced, means what have the pressure? This pressure is also reduced. So you cannot respire air. When less pressure is there, no air will come to the air conditioner providing air. That's right, technically it's right. But that time air conditioner, because high level air conditioners airplane, it has to be maintained at low temperature inside. This means this affects high degree of dehydration as well. So they compensate loss of the water from the body by form of cold water serving, or tea serving, or cold drinks serving, like that. But AC is not good friend of ours. That is true. Yes, for 1 hour you sit, then you go outside, it's okay, he compensates. But if you continuously sit for hours together, and out of 24 hours you remain in a sleep for 22 hours or 23 hours, generally it's happening these days now. Everybody is staying in room, your AC is there, in drawing room your AC is there, in bathroom your AC is there, and even in your bus AC is there, or your car AC is there, in the office AC is there, in lift AC is there sometimes. So where is no AC? Question is that there is no, all places are equipped with AC circulation. This means your body has been used to AC circulation. This means your body has been used to dehydration. This means you are not taking water because air condition temperature does not feel hungry for water. You don't feel thirsty. You don't feel any demand to take water. And even if you want to take, you shall like to take liquids like hot tea or like hot coffee or something like that, and that shall cause further problem, because alone these high drinks cannot solve that problem until real water is in. Though there is water in tea, there is water in coffee, but it doesn't work there as water. It works as compound, as a liquid, as a substance of tea. This means you have to take separate water, which is very important. In safety, we generally say that one should, on average, in hot season, should take 2.5 or 3 liters of water a day. That's just the indicative, you can say, parameter is not mandatory, but you should at least replenish all your losses of water from your body by some liquid, and that is water or some other better than water, if you, how you can take that. All this I am explaining because we do not understand why it's happening sometimes. You feel there's a pain in joint when you are even 25 or 30 or 35 years. It is because, not because of your old, it is because of you are not taking care of your safety. Keep water drinking, no problem. Go to urination. What's problem there? At least body is saturated. You know, body is saturated or not saturated or dry. We just say in science, this is saturated, or this is saturated stage, this is not saturated stage, this is dry stage. You are keeping your body dry, which should be saturated, or if not fully saturated, at least partly saturated. That is very important. Saturation means percentage of water in that particle. So your body also is an equipment, your body is a machine. There should be a lubrication, and that lubrication is the water, and which is not available in body due to dehydration, and that causes stress in your mind. It causes red eyes, and that causes redness on your skin, and sometimes it leads to disease, it leads to an emergency, and so you start to vomit, or you cannot take food. This happens because of that. So you have to keep water. The water is very, oh, why you are talking water? We are taking water. This is a very big factor. No, this is a very big factor. Very, very big factor. Because our body is full of water. 70% volume of our body is full of water, and other part is from solid or bones and mass. And you can say that is composition. I'm not doctor. I'm not something like that. I'm just explaining for purpose explanation so that you understand what I'm talking about. So air conditioning use is good as well as bad. Is usually it's causes dehydration, as well as you can say when it circulates, bacteria also move into your nose and into your eyes and the ears and your, so it impacts every part of body, head portion at least. It doesn't impact leg portion. If you take out your trouser and just wear underwear and banyan, or even not, you sit in air, so you will find different impact on your body itself. Of course, you will feel comfortable sleeping. I got very good sleep for 4, 5, 6, 8 hours in the AC room, but you are not understanding how much you lost also, because you are taking polluted air. It depends upon number of circulation air is allowed. So there's a change of air 50 times or 30 times or 20 times or 10 times or 5 times. It depends upon your design of air, what type of product it is. As much changes are there, as many changes are there, better is your air conditioning. Chilled air, if as low repetitions are there, circulations are there, this is bad for you. We have to take into our consideration as safety, man. Safety is very important, and I'm not just going to do that. It is not in air conditioning, it is also for those people who are not using air conditioning. In when you are sitting in room, there's no air conditioner, you are sleeping in fan, or you use extra fan sometimes because of electrical problem, you cannot use that, it's off. And your inverter is not safe. You know, there's a battery in that big battery, two battery inverter, one battery inverter. These are all caused, these are released gases also. These goes to atmosphere, and air conditioning releases carbon dioxide, hot gas from behind, and which is without which it not function. Evaporator gives you chilled work. Evaporator gives you chilled air, but this compressor takes out extract air and releases to atmosphere, which causes heat up. If there are some equals, you see how many you can say quantity of heat we release to atmosphere, and which cannot be treated automatically, because when you use AC, generally it is daytime, and in daytime already heat is there, and you are augmenting that heat quantity by further releasing air conditions heat, and generators heat, and cars heat, and trucks heat, all these fuel heat, and air conditioning trains heat, and metro heats. All heats are being released to weather, and then you want good weather, you want pure air. How can you get pure air? That's a very big question mark, because one point adds to another, and then it leads to third one, and another. It continues, change continues, because this is what life is. And then you are enjoying life in that dirty air, which is polluted one. You are compelled to do that because you don't prefer that one, but you are forced to accept that because you don't take any measures. And it has been many decades that we have spoiled our air to a level which is not acceptable, and we have done it to our misdeeds, to our misunderstandings, to our fake comforts. Because comforts is comfort until, if this comfort spoils your health, I cannot say that is comfort. It's a damage here. It's enemy of yours, but we are not accepting that. Those people, they were in the cities that time, farmers were there everywhere in the world, and they used to work in fields. For them it was pure air. because there were no such equipment available. There's some machines were not available. They used to have fresh air till morning, from morning to evening, and you see their health and you compare your health to you educated people's health. So modern so-called modern society's health, there's a lot of difference. Those people are very strong. Once I met one person in one metro, and I asked him. He was just asking some location. I told him just get down here and go here, walk to go to railway station, just to 1 or 2 kilometers. So can you walk 1 or 2 kilometers? Oh, why not? I can walk 10 kilometers. I am a farmer. I work in field. That person had no problem for walking. But if you ask some school going or college going on, can you walk half a kilometer? Why should I walk? I should not walk. There is a bus. There is a car. I can go. Why should I walk? That is the answer. If same answer army guy gives, what shall you do? They are standing in sun, they are standing in moon, they are standing in cold, they are standing in freeze, they are standing in ice, everywhere they are standing. They are standing in rain, they are standing in thunderstorm, all weather conditions, they are standing working for service our country. If same thing they reply, what you do? You have no answer. Those are super masters and you are slaves, because you are slaves of air conditioning, you are slaves of weather, you are slaves of your comfort, you are slaves of everything, and you are against safety. That is very important. When you are taking food, you are not taking safety. You're just taking cold food. You are just taking I like cold, I don't like cold, I like this, I don't like it. Even if you are taking tea, you are taking semi cold tea or cold tea. All this creates problem because you are taking some food in a temperature that permits that promotes growth of bacteria. That is very important point. You are taking, oh, this very tasty, this not very tasty, I cannot drink very hot, I don't drink like 100-degree temperature. Don't drink. Who says you drink? But don't drink at that temperature, or don't eat at that can thrive bacteria, those bacteria which are thriving in that temperature. Try to understand. This is very important. Your food is decomposed and you are eating that, no, without knowing this is decomposed. This is going to harm you. This is going to create problem your digestion. You will not pass your latrine properly. You will not have your good feeling. There will be gaseous formation inside your body. That's gaseous formation inside your, which is called hydrogen sulfide. In fact, hydrogen, that gas is there in body. H2S, which is called chemical formula, hydrogen sulfide H2S. And this is like same as a rotten egg smell. And when this moves into our body, stuck in our intestines and bones, and moves up to nose and all that in brain, you will find headache, and you will find ache here and pain here in my neck or in throat, and I have pain in joints, all that. This will result in that. What shall you do then? We have to analyze each and every issue from safety angle. Safety survives and safety affects our life. So if I cannot walk, my joints are paining. You are avoiding water, because if water is there, this gas can be condensed. You try to understand. H2S in water is H2O, then you will find something hydrogen. Water is of course there, which can dilute this gas, which can, you can say, reduce this gaseous fumes to water condensation to some extent, and then it can take out through anus or through your, you can say here, through your throat and out, exhaling from either of this or through nose somewhere. It has to go out, but it doesn't go out in 1 hour. It doesn't go out in 5 minutes. It takes time, because when it's stuck in hands, it's stuck everywhere inside, very thin. God made intestines and bones, and it enters into those in small gaseous particles, very small size particles, much lesser than cement particles and much lesser than microscopic particles. This enters your body and the head and causes problems, so you cannot sleep. I have to take tablet, and you take tablet, then it causes another problem, because tablet is also composed of inorganic chemicals, which cause further gaseous formation, though at that time it reduces, but it's further it gives side effect later on. And then you respire bad air, and then you are releasing bad air, which again respire, and somebody else is it is a complicated process, and you cannot just simply say this is answer, because that is not answer. That is very complicated process. I'm just running for one point, and then you may be saying, why wasting? I'm not wasting your time, just telling you I'm based on empirical treatment. Empirical means observations. It's not logical, and it's not theoretical, it's not based on some formula, some book. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking based completely on practicality of life. I'm not referring to some book, because book doesn't give you something. Books, what book people do? Authors, they just take 2, 3, 4, 5 books and just combine them and take some new book, and that's my book, I'm author of this. That is very good. It should be done that way for purpose of education, but I'm not talking for purpose of education. I'm talking for purpose of use in life. My experience is whatever it is. I worked in field for many years. I talk to people, I saw many documents, I feel this is right, this is not, and I personally applied on me and expected, said I use myself to that document, because in being field you have to weather, and particularly in hot areas like Arabian Gulf or like Middle East or in our country hot areas, when you work there you experience so many things. your face becomes dark skin, and you say your hair now this dusty hair and all that, and you don't wear very good clothes. Your clothes are also sticky, and you go home and you take mandatory bath, otherwise you cannot sleep at night. And this all gives you experience, means what you suffer, you're going to suffer. I generally use hot food because hot food helps me to clean my inside of body. I take some molasses also sometimes. There are so many. It doesn't mean you take everything from medical doctor. You take yourself, drink as much as water you can, and take as much as good food you can, take as much as vegetables you can. Don't depend on non-veg, because non-veg food, I'm not against non-veg, but non-veg contains saturated foods, saturated fats in that. But in vegetables, there are no saturated fat, and you boil it, don't fry it. That's the best way. No, it's a patient's food. Why should we should taste the delicious food by oiling or fat. You take delicious food, fine. But this oil, this ghee or this butter which you are using for frying purpose shall go into your body, evaporate out in your body because of temperature inside your body, and stick to bones and stick to your intestines. And once it's condensed there, it's frozen there, you cannot take it out. It shall remain there, and it shall become fats distributed in your body and your blood, and that shall cause problem in future. So best thing is, don't worry about your tongue or tongue reads, you worry about your mind. Tongue is only few centimeter, and once you take food through tongue, you are just masticating food or drinking that, and after travel a distance of 2-3 inches or 4 inches maximum, maybe I don't think more than 3 inches or 75 millimeter, it goes down into your chamber. It's a rubbish chamber, into your pura chamber, but you call it chute, garbage chute chamber. And once it enters garbage chute, it doesn't give it taste. It gives taste only in this 3 inches or 4 maximum, and you are living for that 3 inches. You are not living for this brain, you are not living for these hands, you are not living for this body, you are living only for the 3 inches taste. That is called weakness of life. You are bound, you are slave of taste, you are not slave of energy. See, energy, how much energy you are getting from what you are eating or what you are drinking. That energy is required for your body. That quantity of sludge, that quantity of waste is not required by it, because the human excreta. While your energy shall live in your body, but this liquid form effluent shall go out through your urine, and this excreta shall go through as you can say, pass out of your anus. This is called night soil in our chemical language. In our engineering language, which is night soil, night excreta, as well effluent of urine. This goes both like from a septic tank. The septic, what is septic tank? Septic tank which collects your pass outs, your discharge from your anus. That's called water. Is inside that septic tank. Actions takes place. Actions, chemical actions tank, because it contains organic food and contains water, and then there is a decomposition of that particle, and after complete decomposition it becomes very sludge. Sludge, SLUDG, that's a black material, grayish material. That is called food decompose completely, and that is done by agency of bacteria, which are known anaerobic bacteria. And anaerobic bacteria means those types of bacteria which survive and thrive not because of oxygen but without oxygen, and that's called anaerobic bacteria. Whereas there are other types of bacteria in common, it's called aerobic bacteria, which thrive and survive because of oxygen. There's a difference. In septic tank, you see, you will find very, because there's no air intent. There's no air content in septic tank or in containment tank. Complete gas only, offensive gas, no air. When you see in sewer lines, some people enter to clean that, they die many times because of this gas, which is toxic one, which is poisonous gas. They don't die because of oxygen, they die because of poisonous gas. So these anaerobic are used to poisonous gas. They are used to this type of hydrogen sulfide, and they thrive on that. So this means this is different type of world. So this means our stomach is same portion of stomach in which food digested for many hours. It works every day from morning to evening, and we keep on eating 2 or 3 times a day. This means these bacteria are also there, but we are taking oxygen through nose. So that bacteria is not actually anaerobic. Oxygen entering through nose, it is entering through mouth, it is entering through pores of our body, because sweat is coming out. This air can also penetrate. When water can come out through some pore, air can enter that. This means our body internally is oxygen based, the air based. It works differently. That is a point which requires concentration, and we have to analyze each. And that's what I generally say: analyze every problem, analyze each and every issue. Then you try to understand where is problem and where is no problem. Once you know on all your analysis where is right, where is no right, what is true, what is not true, what's applicable, what's not applicable, you can find out connection of them, and you can take out these extracts for your first solution, and you can constitute and form solution on your problem. There is no need of any blessings on that. God is there in your soul, and your soul is an electromagnetic world, and your body is there, which is silicon chips world. Both combined together and give computerized system for your life, for your health, for your safety. Think like that. I am hardware as a body, as a mass, and my soul is electromagnetic software, and these work together, and I purify my body, I liberate my body for impurities, and that is what my treatment. And you may call it whatever logy, spiritualogy, or soulology, or whatever. I don't care about that. It's my system. This is a machine after all. God created machine which is started from very small size and expanding to 5 feet or 6 feet or 7 feet, whatever, and weight increase up to 150 or 80 or 90. This was started just 2 or 3 kilos in beginning, and you see how it expands, and this doesn't stop even for 10 minutes in your life. It continues working since birth till death, and that is called a miraculous achievement. But this only Almighty can do. I and you cannot do. We can understand that is much useful if you understand nature, and it is called natural understanding. If you are understand natural systems, once you understand and constitute and perfectly say, that is called science. Science is nothing new. Science is already available in nature, but it's unknown, it is undiscovered. We have to discover that, and that is called science. Knowledge is there, system is there, working is there, all planets, everything is working perfectly. It has been working for I don't know how many millions and trillions or million years. Who knows that? Nobody has any evidence. But safety is here for now, currently, for everybody, and for all. That is safety requirement, health requirement, environment requirement, ergonomics requirement. These requirements, just for example, I gave also last time. I'm sitting in this chair, for example. What height should be this chair? At what height I should take my eyes here? I should be at that level in chair that my eyes stand at 90 degrees to this screen. For example, it's called orthogonal. We say in engineering orthogonal, ortho means 90. If I sit 90 degrees watching or viewing my screen, it is better. Or if I little higher and I say I should not get any stress on my eye, I should maintain a distance of say about 30 to 40 or 40 to 50 degrees, 10 centimeters from my screen. Just like on television, you should keep at least 2 meters from television minimum for your radiations to escape. Otherwise, radiations from computer shall enter my mind, radiations from TV shall enter my mind, radiation shall enter my eyes, it shall enter my skin as well, which I don't feel, but these enter after radiations are radiations. Similarly, when you're talking on mobile, what we should keep, what picture we should take is also important. So what I'm saying, ergonomics, energy science, science of energy, how to utilize energy, being human, this applies to all humans. But we neglect it. We don't even know what is ergonomics. Ergonomics is a word only, but is human factor for working. Wherever you work, whatever work you work smallest level to highest level, whatever level you work, there is a method, there is a technical requirement. You have to abide by that. If you abide by that, you feel better life, you feel better comfort. For example, say I'm working on laptop. If I do like this, or like this gives a stain on my neck, this gives effect on my eyes, because it doesn't work well for my health. If I say like this and I am enjoying my computer, my television, of course I shall have pain here after some times. And if I'm using my fingers very fast, all this, everywhere it works. When I am standing, what I should take exercise, what exercise I should take, for example, which I should not take, this all defined. We have to understand them very well. Ergonomics is a different world. People, and particularly educated people, don't care for that. They don't even take interest in that. But it is very, when they get old, somebody like this, oh, I cannot walk, somebody cannot sit, somebody cannot stand. It is because you did not take care of your body and your soul in beginning, in your work, which is ergonomics again. Ergo means a unit of energy. ERGO, ergonomics. Nomics is a part of, you can say, your energy is used economically for requirement to meet requirement. But we are not caring about it. You go and search your engine, your Google, you will find a lot of ergonomics there. You try to understand that. You have to spend time on that, but you are not interested in that. You are just interested in comfort. You are interested in you are using AC, but you don't understand plus and minus, merits and demerits of AC. You are driving, but you don't understand driving's merits and demerits. If there is for car driving, it's not easy. We say it is easy. Just control of steering brake is not car driving. There are so many. For example, there is road blinding. You say blinding and driving, say 120 km speed for 2 hours, 1 hour. I've been driving. I feel this is not a speed of 120 kilometers, it's 60 kilometers. So you try yourself. Maybe here your roads are not there, but I used to drive in Doha, in UAE, and somewhere else. I was driving 120 kilometers, say for 1 hour, half an hour. I used to feel it's only 60 kilometers, something like that. But speed is 120 kilometers. It's called tunneling. You feel tunneling effect on that. Your eyes are blind when you feel sleepy. And particularly if you are driving automatic gear car, it's very dangerous in that case because you are not even using your hands and your legs for controlling car driving, but you're just driving for sake of driving and just no use of anything. Automatically gears are changing. You're just having control of your steering, and sometimes you take one hand off and you just control one as if you're a hero and something like that. But you forget you are you are projecting yourself to an imminent danger. Just the neglect of half a second or 1/4 of a second, you cause an accident. Or you may not cause accident, some passes by another lane, he forgets and strikes you. What to do? Both will overturn. That is called safety need. But we do not understand that. You are leaving electric point somewhere, don't even care. It causes you accident. You don't even take. Means there's every point everywhere. On road you are walking, there's a pit or there's a protrusion. I told you before. It causes you. There's a speed breaker, undesigned speed breaker. To go to see many speed breakers are rubbish. They are like this. There's no graduation in that. There's no gradual curve, no parabolic curves. It's just like as if it is a mount, small mount, and you strike your car there. It's very bad. Result is very bad. Your car will break. It's not actually speed breaker. These are car breakers. I don't know who designs them, who allows them, who makes them. These are all ideas which are not useful for safety, which are not useful for health. These are just wasting parameters. You do whatever you want to do. You are free to do because you are free. That is a problem. Even if you tell someone, they will not receive you well because leave it, chalta hai yaar, leave it, no problem, it will work, whatever. Oh, if it doesn't work, I'll break it and do it again. If tendency is that, label tendency, that kind of tendency in whatever country, in whatever profession, you cannot change those people. Change is a must in life. It's not because somebody said that. Change is change. When I was too young, I was something. When I got up schooling and went to colleges and went to universities, I qualified, I got educated, I was something else. When I entered my field of service or somewhere else or my business, I was something else. When I got up and up after making family, wife, husband, children, all that, we were something else. Now we are father, we are mother, we are grandfather. Life goes on changing till that, and you change your behavior, your conduct, your character, your thinking, your capacity, contemplation, your words, your theories, everything. You accept something some time, you reject something that time. After that, you accept something new. This goes on changing and changing the world. Days there and night is it. There's a change from day to night. There's a change from rain. There's a change from sun. There's a change. All the changes going on. Trees is today is off. Tomorrow trees is a new one. It happens. Your body is changing. Your how everything is changing every second. And we call it engineering science that metal changes, element changes. All keep on changing, and that is called up to last item, that is radioactive. Lead is last formation, and it takes hundreds of years to convert to lead. That is the engineering side, radioactivity science. In modern physics, if you go and study the atomic science, you will find that this is radioactivity factor. So when is the half? What is how many years it takes? Half life is that one. That is this half life of this. That's I'm saying the natural production is that. It keeps on changing and changing and changing, and it recycles itself and changes, recycles itself and changes. That is natural existence. You cannot avoid that. So this happens in your time also, in your life. So today what I am talking about, tomorrow it's considered wrong, or tomorrow it's about technology. It's not technology I'm talking, just my observations. Observations can also be changed. What was absorbed 10 years back or 20 years back, it simply doesn't apply now, because that time they were not done. When I was too young, there was nothing, no radio, no television, no bulb, no tube light, no LED, nothing, no computer, etc. Forget, no slide rule only. And even calculator was not available. When I do my graduation engineering in 1980, I saw this FX31, and that cost is 550 rupees. And it was very shocking. So my salary was say 150 to 400, and I got to buy 550 rupees from how? How can you buy that? But you are compelled to buy. This is why I think life changes. Life is never stable. Life is never normal. It has to change. So you have to change yourself. You have to change your conduct, your thinking, your logical, your reasoning, your understanding, your explanation, your writing, your reading. Now, what's the disease in people? You know what disease this is? One disease is nobody wants to write. One disease is nobody wants to read. This is big disease caused in society because of mobile and because of computers. Okay, you are not writing, you are forced to write for examination, and you see you don't know how to write and what to write. You don't know how to compose tenses, how to compose sentences, what is grammar, discussion is remote from you. Just for sake of passing, you pass it either cramming that, or just by copying that, or just by cheating that, whatever is there. Or they use to spoil further when they say objective type device. Objectives and another danger to real life means you have no power to write. You don't want to read because everything you want to see on video. Everything. Why I am making this video? Because I was forced to that. I have written a lot about this, but nobody wants to read. Believe me, I am too upset. People are not having any culture now to read something or to write something. This is causing a danger to society, all society now for future. Because when you don't write something, you don't program here. Remember. When you don't write something or don't read, if you read something again and again, you will have a program here. That is natural process. This silicon chips is not so easy. It accepts everything irrespective of your knowledge. You know it, you notice it, or don't notice it. When you read something again, it programs here. Say you read something for 3 times, at least one time it shall certainly program it, and that is called memory observation, memory record. Just like in your computer, it happens. Or if you read something or you write something, it has there. If you calculate something here, once you may not observe, but when you seriously calculate that, definitely there should be a record here. That record we have been missing now. Our youth have been missing that record. They are not interested in writing, and if they are writing in shortcuts. You say for you, they say for you. This is what you are doing, right? That is what you are changing. But this changing is not permanent. You are communicating to yourself. You are not communicating to others. Communication means 2 persons should understand each other, and third person, if they are that person, has to understand both, and it is communication. Why it is communication? Co-mission, commune, 2 persons together. Communication is broken. Technology is there. Verbatim is there. Verbatim is working these days. That is the reason video is being composed. And people even don't want to see video. Who has half an hour or 1 hour, 2 hours to waste time on this foolish person who's talking for nothing? Only those people, maybe hardly, you can say 0.00001% shall like to see something reasonable. Otherwise, they shall like to see film video. They shall like to see computer videos from cricket or some blue films video like that. They shall like to see, which is of course the technology and nothing else. Nothing is practical there. It's all cheating and fraud. But culture is that, changes are there. This means we are drifting away from safety. We are entering into a non-safety zone, unsafe zone, which shall cause problem everywhere in current times and in future times. You are doing this as new generation. Your children shall do differently. They shall not even be so serious. And remember, seriousness and awakening are only 2 tools that can make your life. Don't think you're permanent somewhere, or your country is permanent, or your world is permanent. Nothing is permanent in this world. There is thunderstorm, there is flood, there is famine, there is, you can say, cyclone, and there is rain. There is everything is there. Everything is there. Hot sun is there. Then freezing is there. Snow is there. Everything is there. But which one suits you? You do not know. You do not know, because you having a false pride of money with you. You are having false pride of resources with you. Oh, I am rich, man. I don't care for something. No, you are not rich. You are not rich by your mind. You are not rich by your conscience. You are not rich by your culture. You are not rich by using your soul power. You are not rich by your natural resources optimally. You are wasting natural resources because you have money. You are claiming it's money I am giving you. If it's wasted, my money wasted. It's not your money wasted. It is your foolishness wasted. It is your intelligence wasted. It is your resource wasted. You have no absolute right on natural resources because every citizen of the world has a right on natural resources. Every creature on this earth has natural resources. You have to keep this earth safe. You have to keep these resources safe as well. Not only be your body safe. Because if resources are there, you are there, these resources will be useful to you. If you don't use them, to the use of these resources, we are calling ourselves that this is my country, it is Bharat, it is India, this is mine. It is mine when I respect this. If I just break it, I damage it, I cause everything, how it is mine? I am enemy of this country, I am enemy to this country. These factors we have to understand. I don't want to mix this type of sociology or this type of political science or economic science into this discussion, but everything is related to each other. Safety means, you can say micro safety, macro safety, country safety, gross safety, and safe thinking, safe contemplation, safe calculation, safe world, safe money, safe resources. Everything is linked together. People say, why you're talking about road? What safety is there? Road is also big safety. You can cause accident. There is not safety. Design of a road can cause accident. Don't think that engineer who is designing road, he has to check police. He shall not check police or public. He shall check his technology. Now, say for example, it happened in metro in Calcutta. Just news of night that there is deterioration of houses. There's crack formation of houses. They are being built. Built houses are being settled or being cracked due to miscalculation tunnel. They are constructing tunnel, they are drilling tunnels, you can say. And there's a formation of cracks in buildings. This means they miss somewhere some calculation, of course. Their software may have some wrong formula or incorrect calculations. So that impact of this vibration goes into houses of stay up houses. How it is going there when it is soil, or you miss something in soil. You did not properly investigate soil exploration. You did not even know what properties of soil are there. It is clay soil, or it is silty soil, it is rock, or it is sand, or what it is there. You are not sure about that. You just started something and it because you were not so free in mind. Oh no, we have done so much better all over the world. We are experts now. We are masters of that. But you are forgetting that soil is not related to you. Earth is not related to you. Your work is related to you. So every soil is different. Every layer is different. Every course is different. Every, you can say, strata is different. That you forgot to understand. You forgot because you are so confident. Oh, I have this. I am expert of this. Have delivered so many kilometers of metros all over the world. You have done it very fine. But everything is new in start. You have to work properly. If there is some damage or some loss, who is responsible? Of course, you will take responsibility and you will take all expenses on your shoulders. But that is not an answer. Why should someone suffer because of your bad act or all? You are a professional. You should work professionally. You should take time. You should think. You should calculate. You should take all precautions prior to starting something, and that is also safety. Just having scaffolding, good scaffolding or platform for working, or giving good access to cars or traffic or site, that is a part of safety. That's not full safety. Full safety means you have to provide complete contemplation in your mind that this can cause that, and if you fail to contemplate, you should your parallel solution or standby solution immediately cover up that loss if you see that happens site by mistake or by error or by chance. Many examples are there. You are constructing, you are excavating something, and there's a building somewhere near, say 10 meters, 15 meters, 20 meters even, or there's some other structure is heavy one. You are not taking care of that. You start excavation. Excavation machine shall pass it, or it's rocky area, say, either it is rocky area or sandy area or soil area. You excavate it very quickly in soil, but in rock you have to use rock hammer, or you have to excavate by hammer impact or by explosion. You don't even understand what impact of that shall cause vibration transfer to that 20 meters distant object, that is house or structure, and cause damage on that. You did not anticipate that, but it happens. It happens everywhere. Because we just concentrate on where we are working. We don't concentrate on other areas, in vistas areas, in vicinity areas, surrounding areas, and that is very important. This all covers in planning and safety. Safety is not only safety of workers, safety of objects, safety of everything. It should be. When you are sitting, for example, somewhere, even in your office, You are not thinking of safety. I am in office. Why should I worry about that? Yes, you are in office. You should not worry about that. But you should about cables. Maybe some cable passing through on, or exposed to floor, and you are walking on that, and you stumble down, you kick that cable, it will block, it will break out. Is that safety requirement? If you just entering an office, there's an opening, there's a gate or door, what do you say, and this is open, this is some obstacle on floor, and there's an exit gate of emergency. Can you see that, or can you understand that what accident will create for you, where it will lead you? You have to think that way. Of course you have to think that way. And then this is all safety issues. See, there is everything involved in safety, from walking to cycling to biking to car driving to truck driving to rail driving to mine driving. Safety is involved. Safety is involved in every field of life, everywhere, for a newborn baby to a veteran person near death. It's everywhere. You don't think that is only in work. Work safety is direct safety, that is integral part of work, and there is mandatory safety you have to comply with, but you are not complying with non-mandatory safeties, like where you enjoy freedom. That's why I said, what happens, you are crossing a road on pedestrian, and car driver is not happy to see you there while you're coming in its way. He will accelerate the speed and try to impact you, and you just run away. Is that right behavior? Is that behavior of a good driver? Driver is licensed for this. Why driver is licensed? Driver is licensed for this. That driver cares for human being. Driver cares for animals. Driver cares for this control of driving, and then license is given. It's not simply that you are licensed to kill someone, or you increase speed when someone is crossing pedestrian, using pedestrian. You are not licensed for that. And don't remember that person will care for you, pedestrian shall care for you. Pedestrian shall not take care of your car, because it is right of pedestrian to cross. To use pedestrian is the first right, and second right is for car. It is your duty to slow your car, to slow your speed when person is crossing using pedestrian. And if possible, many persons are there, or not only one. One can run, but many cannot run. So better stop there. That is your duty. But this etiquette does not apply in at least my country. They speed up further. Even motorcycle guys, they speed up further. And these guys want to move on curves. They don't even care for straight line. Motor drivers, these bike drivers, you see, they are all rash drivers, rash drivers. They don't care for human lives. They don't give human respect. Even there's a space of 4 feet or 120 centimeters, they will pass car overriding, which is causing accident, which causes accident. That is very dangerous consideration. But they do like that. No one is to stop there. Who shall stop there? They are masters of destiny. They don't bother. They don't bother for someone. If somebody hit me on road and I stop you, why you doing like this? Are you killed? Have you got injury? This is the argument. They will never say, excuse me, I'm sorry. Nobody says that. I have experienced it. You're walking on road as a pedestrian, some auto rickshaw just rushes driving, and then bus rush driving, or even you say a car person is driving, and you ask some question, why you are doing this? Have you been hit? This is the answer. This is uncultured behavior, uncultured conduct of drivers towards pedestrians. Forget that you are a driver means you are everything. You are not everything. Your right is second on road. On road and where there is no footpath, it is first right of pedestrian to use that. Your right is second one. Remember, your right is second one. You are not caring for others means you are driving offensively, and when you are offensively because of your crime, you have to drive defensively, and defensively driving states that you have to save yourself first and you have to save others. That is, follow the speed, follow rules, everything, and sometimes the rules are not followed, then you have to follow your own rules. Safe, make yourself safe, keep yourself safe, and keep others safe. That is basic principle used in life, and that is very important. You have to understand that. So safety is not one page definition. This is not one point concentration. This is very long issue. Very long issue. It is vast issue, a vast issue, gigantic issue. Safety in field of construction, in field of real estate, in field of common life, in field of designs, in field designs. Why I'm saying design? Use of what relation it has got with design? No, it has got no direct relation, but it has got indirect relation. That is very important. That's why I said designs. We had to assume safety from collapse of the structure. So it's not worker safety, it's not execution safety, it's not temporary safety, it's permanent safety. You have to ensure whatever you're designing as safe, is distant design, is durable design, it is serviceable design, it can sustain its life even in bomb explosion. That safety, that is also considered as safety. It's not safety, it is permanent safety. It's a vision that protects accidents in future, and that is very important part. There are so many other points that we have to think about and discuss about safety. Say, I've seen many persons on the shuttle, this EMU, electric multiple units. This is local trains everywhere available in our India, Bharat. I've seen many accidents by those consumers or commuters who use that one. They simply stand near opening, enjoying fast blowing air, or they don't want to tolerate heat, and they just take out their heads, and sometimes some poles are near train and they strike and collapse. It happens. Some people are rising into train, boarding into train because there are no steps on that. They just by walking and jumping or riding on floor, and then they enter into that. Sometimes what happens, they reach near ramp of platform and try to ride that fast train and collapse. This happens. Whose fault is this? You could wait for another train, but you did not prefer that. You wanted to ride same train near ramp, or not even near ramp, you are on level platform, but train is rapidly moving or starts rapidly moving, and you just want to enter and you collapse. Means you lose your life. You are gone. What did you save? You, for waiting another train, you can consume half an hour or 1 hour or 2 hours maximum. But you prefer to use your life, right or wrong? Your life is more valuable, or your 2 hours or 1 hour is more valuable? That is a point must be considered. If you think your life is so cheap that your 2 hours are more important, then I have no answer to that. But it's not fact of life. We have to take care about ourselves first, and then we take care of ourselves. We can take care of others, we can supervise others. I have seen everywhere, people are not concerned with safety anywhere. They are ready to die, giving guarantee that nothing will happen. Believe me, giving guarantee that nothing shall happen, I will be safe. I don't know on what basis they issue this verbal warranty or guarantee without knowing anything, without analyzing anything, without even understanding what they are talking about, without even knowing activity what's ongoing. They say, no, I'm safe. Let us have an example. In safety, we use on sites, helmets, right? We use our other clothes, tight clothes, or you may say overalls, you may safety shoes. Generally, what happens in hot weather, if you use helmet or hard hat, what we call it in engineering, it's very hot, and you are using this hard hat, means it strikes your head in a way that you feel uncomfort. If there is no good wind, you feel suffocation in your head, and you don't want to give efficiency of work. You cannot give. Well, that is true. I don't deny that. It happens. But that is safety measure. If some stone falls on your head, or if you collapse down, you fall from a height, this will at least save something for you. Or that stone comes on your head At least this will save head break from that. Why don't you understand that? Yes, you are feeling uncomfortable to do work. Yes, you are feeling uncomfortable, but you are having stress only. You are not losing your life. It happens many times with me. I was just roaming on site, taking visits, and being a head of that site. I had a right to ask everyone, where is your helmet? Is no helmet. Why don't you helmet? Oh no, no, I have kept in store, I have kept in somewhere else. I feel bad about that. I ask everybody, see, if you keep your helmet in store or somewhere else, go there, keep your head also there and come back. Do you understand what I said? I said, wherever you keep your helmet, go there, keep your head there, and then come back to work. It is very serious statement. They laugh and go away and come back with helmet. But the statement is very serious, which is impossible because it shall happen to you if you don't use that. And it happened many times. I was tired to tell people, oh, please come down. You know, no belt here. Why? Ah, no problem, no problem. I'm safe. Ana Masool. I'm responsible in their language. You are responsible, but you are not responsible for your life or death. You are responsible for your safety of work. Come down, go and bring that, or leave site and go. I shall mark you absent. That is my conduct. They are heights. They are working, have mobile on your hand, talking to your family or talking to your friends or watching videos. It is all dangerous. I've seen the car driving on roundabouts or somewhere else and talking, slowing down and talking. They are not stopped. Slowing down behind, don't care who is horn, behind, who's on right or left. They are driving. They are causing safety action against them. They are causing impact of safety against the individuality as well as against public. Even policemen, even educated people, even high profile elite, they use that. They do that. Society as a whole has lost senses. If you have lost senses, what shall you teach your generation? Generation imitate what you do. Generation does same thing but on a higher scale than what their seniors do. Nowadays, generations don't respect seniors. They don't respect veterans. They think, let them go to hell. We know what is right or what is wrong. This happens. I'm not alone. Everybody is there and people have suffered from there. I'm just talking about safety, but safety is involved everywhere. Now there is a big program of whole world and but which has penetrated into our country also, which is you can say transected from western you can say regions to our region. Though maybe it was before, or that's over, and that is called scientifically you can say, philosophically you can say, and dramatically you can say LGBT. Yes, LGBT. You know what is that? We all know that. And people are crazy about that. I'm sorry, people are crazy about that, which is complete nonsense, complete natural, completely non-scientific, completely non-medical. But society has gradually, uniformly, or heterogeneously adopted and is being adopted, and they are adopting it continuously, and it is coming on computers and on internet that we are finding every day such messages, some scenes, and I feel shame on that. A person of 25 years age, 27 years age, 30 years age, young guy, young man, growing personality, but they are involved in such acts. They don't even feel shame. I'm surprised. They don't feel even shame to talk to very senior people about this issue. Girls, small girls, 25, 20, 25, 26, 27, up to 30. They talk to seniors like this. I am surprised. Means that item, that part of life is that important. You are leaving everything behind. You are leaving your career behind. You are leaving your education behind. You are leaving your safe side behind. And you are jumping into that arena without any basis, without any contemplation, without any thought, without any analysis, and trying to enjoy that, assimilate that into your life. Is that right? It's very dangerous, but they have got habit. They have got some. In our time, could be that was hidden one, but better not that that's a fact. Now it is coming life. It just has no meaning at all. They consider as a standard talk, a standard method, not as visible or not a use a hateful something. They have treated like that. And I get every other day some message like that, and I feel something is wrong somewhere. What I'm calling change, it is change from good to bad, not from bad to good to bad, and further getting bad to worst, and from worst to super worst, where it is complete damage of energy, complete damage of material, complete damage of soul and spirit. Being responsible one, we have to consider each aspect of life, and safety aspect is very significant, and you can say preferably it is number one, safety first. We call in profession of safety first. It doesn't mean safety first means safety is in charge. It doesn't mean that. But safety is founding subject of every activity, which was previously also done, but it was not considered a subject or a discipline. It was integrated into work activity, but now it is considered like a profession or professional discipline or professional specialization, and it must be known to all professionals, and there should be specialist professionals to supervise, to superintendent, and to examine these types of lacks, these types of missing activities, this type of missing discipline on works and in life. People don't understand. I have seen small boys and girls driving driving scooters without helmets, just driving for sake of driving because they have to go to market. I'm just going to half a kilometer a night. You ask someone, no, I'm just going this one. Mother is back sitting beside, boy is driving, mother is not saying anything, no helmet on both, they're driving. I have to go only here, no problem at all. Yes, you have to go only here, no problem at all. But this problem is not for you, this problem is for others. Okay, you want to die, die. You want to kill yourself, kill yourself, kill your mother. You are responsible for your life. But if you kill me or if you kill someone else, are you responsible for that? You are not responsible for that. Who is responsible for that? You are causing some act which can damage me, which can harm me. What right do you have to harm me? Is that not a question? It's a question. But you don't care. Who are you to tell me this? I want to die. It happened with me. I asked someone, stop. His mother is behind. Where is your helmet? Who are you to ask me? I am asking you, tell me his helmet. He start fighting with me. You are educated or illiterate. He fights in your answer. I'll tip you out. I come on, go to police. No care. No the who are you and this and that. Just this not happens when I ask many stop his scooter. 16 years old, why 15, 14 years? Who gave you this scooter? Call your parent. All of their kids, how can you fight with them? This is a question. But it is a responsibility of parents. It is a responsibility of guardians. They have to take care of safety. Why do they give key of that or that vehicle to them? Oh, go, enjoy. My son is driving scooter. My son is driving car. What pride is that? He's not authorized to do that, and you're spoiling his future. You are taking the risk of your daughter, your son. If he makes or she makes some accident, you're losing your life and you're getting, as my son is driving a car. You're a stupid parent. You're not an intelligent parent. You are risking your life. You're risking your kid's life. and you're causing danger to society. Why don't you understand that? You will not understand that because you have money, you have sources, you can save your children from court, you can save your children from police, you have money, you can bribe police, you can bribe court, you can do anything you want because you have money, you're a big man. This culture requires change. This culture actually requires change. Setup of mind requires change. This is all part of safety. Our basic foundation must change. Our thoughts must change. Our approach towards others must change. Why should we think that we are safe means others are safe? Or why should we think that? If I am safe, others safe, this is not applicable in field. First, I say you make yourself safe and then defend others and then make him safe. That's okay. That is fine. But if you say I am safe and you are safe, this does not work in life. That is what I say in driving. There should be offensive driving and there should be defensive driving. You have to compare two. There are two drivings. Offensive or rash driving. Forgetting all speed limit and forgetting all red lights and forgetting all signals and forgetting all signals come from place and whatsoever. I had to drive, for example, a person was driving 225 kilometers in UAE 2 days back and police pursued and got him, confiscated the car. Here, of course, we are not driving to 25 kilometers, but rash driving is there. Roads have pits, roads have vacuums below. Earth has not been consolidated properly during construction. There are so many reasons which can cause caving in. We don't understand that. Why? Who is responsible for that? Whoever is responsible, that person cannot compensate or rebook your life. That person cannot bring you back from that. Forget that person. Question is, why not to do safe driving? Why not to use defensive driving method? And what is defensive driving method in engineering and in the safety? I'm just explaining you to, before starting all these chapters, which I'll go to take over more than 30 chapters of safety. I'll discuss with you later on. I'm just creating a background here. I'm just making a background for you people to understand what we have to think about, because there is no limit for safety. Every field is safety oriented, and we are just talking in general safety in life and general safety in our field of construction, which is very common to everybody. I'm not talking about atomic field. I'm not talking about atomic reactors or big plants, something. I'm just talking about where everybody is prone to be implement. Posted. We are posted everywhere. We are subject to all these harmful effects, harmful activities, and fires and all that. So I'm just trying to say that driving is a very, very important factor which impacts upon everybody's life, because generally all drive, if not all, at least 50 to 60% public drive, kids drive, young men drive, old drive, seniors drive, veteran drives, everybody drives. But we drive for sake of driving. That's the problem. We don't drive for sake of safety, for sake of reaching destination. Someone has what happened both 5 days after this was. I'm not talking about penalties. I'm not doing something. I'm talking about safety, that do not take safety for granted. Your duty as a driver is, your duty as owner of your car is that drive safe, protect yourself first and then protect others. Or you protect both same time. Following rules of road. Rules of road shall not make you safe, but it shall be a guiding factor. If everybody follows, at least there should be reduced number of accidents. But question is, don't drive offensively. Drive in a way that you can limit your car, you can control your vehicle properly. What happens? One is due to rush. Suppose ahead driver goes 20 centimeter further, he goes 20 centimeter. They don't want to maintain even a gap of 1 or 2 meters. That causes problem. Rush everywhere. You go to metro nowadays. You have to go escalator up. You go down. People are coming and people are going. People are coming for nothing. Just rush and rush and rush. People fall. Something happens. These machines fail. It happens. It's a very new project, very modern project, having all facilities, yet it's prone to accidents. This means accident or unsafe conduct is part of our life, and this conduct must be changed, and who can change it is a question mark. Only changing are people who use it, who shall use this. But that is a question that we have to initiate proceeding to understand that. I appeared in many seminars or workshops of safety or something, and we talked. I heard many. I was also one to speak. I also speak. People don't want to listen what you want to say. That is another problem. You cannot deliver your talk in 10 or 15 minutes. What can you say something about that? There were many people, qualified people available there, engineers and professors, highly qualified doctors, but they are available. In that seminar, I just spoke for about 15 minutes. I raised same issue of ultraviolet rays there. There was not even a question from that side. I raised issue about workers there. I raised issue about tools there. I raised issues about safe working there. I raised issue about many other points there, but nobody raised questions, attend, and I asked them. We could not understand anything because you are speaking too fast. So what question we can ask? This was answer. I don't know what fast I am speaking. If you speak for 10 minutes and there's a long paper, a long talk, it's not ABCD we are talking. It's not CAD CAT RED is talking. We are talking life and death. We are talking responsibility of life. We are talking responsibility of job. And you are just saying you can understand this. Am I speaking French or some general language you cannot understand? I simply spoke English. But this was a response. What can you do with such people? Our people are not able to understand rapid English these days. They are all qualified people, highly qualified professionals. If our highly qualified professionals react like that, what do you think of our future? Very serious issue of safety. And I shall like to close now because it's already 1.5 hours, and we'll take this issue tomorrow further because I want to involve myself with you people for purpose of this safety, health and environment with ergonomics, which is very important because you don't have time also to sit for 2 or 3 hours, and I shall not bother you. I shall not force you to sit for that because it's morning time and I take time early morning because signals are available and it's peaceful atmosphere. I can talk to you very well, though you may not be available in lives, but you can be available later on to read this record, which is very important for you people. It's up to your interest if you want to see this or listen to this or read this. I'm not going to force someone. It is your own life, your own behavior. My duty is to submit what I could submit and I could serve you. It's up to you to value this or not to value this. I am no one to ask you, but I wanted to share experience with you people. If someone can benefit, fine. If someone cannot benefit, it's also fine. It's up to you. My work go waste or don't. I don't care about that. I just want you to do duty according to my mind and my soul, and I do that. I shall keep doing that in future as well. So if those who want to think about this and do this, they are most welcome. Like you can write to me on email. It's available on this on my Facebook page, Facebook personal data. My number is there. My mail is there. My well resident has no meaning. My mail is there. So you can question, and for your attention, for your time, I'm thankful. And I'll close it now for time being, and I'll do another. We'll start the series now. I think daily series, and I see what information I have on material I can submit to you for this purpose, and we'll take care of that. Thank you very much, guys. Jai Bharat, Jai World, and Jai everybody's.